2006, in Medicine Hat, Alberta, Canada, 8-year-old Tyler Richardson's friend comes over to his house to play. After knocking several times at the door, with no answer, he decides to peek through the window. Nobody at home. However, the family's car is in the driveway, so he knows somebody should be at the house. He decides to go around the house, peek through the back window, and see the basement. That's where he sees the silhouettes of two bloody bodies on the floor. Hello, I am the Grin, and joining me tonight is the lovely
Amari.
Welcome back to our podcast, a place where we do not shy away from the gruesome details, where some things may be triggering and hard to hear. Listener discretion is advised, so get yourself in the right space of mind, and let's talk about dark shit.
Yay, let's go.
Okay, let's do it. Let's see here. I was going to mention this. I already mentioned it to Amari, but this is one of the cases that I think I briefly mentioned in one of our previous episodes, and I never got a chance to actually do a full-on episode on it, or dedicated episode to it. But when I was typing up the script, I swear to God, over and over in my head, I felt like I already covered it, or either I did or Amari did. So I had to go back to our history, check everything, and make sure that I didn't cover it, and I haven't, and neither has she. But yes, we got to the point where I have to go back and browse our history.
That's pretty cool. That means we've been doing this for a bit now.
I know.
Over a year.
I know. I was like, wait, did I already talk about this? I swear to God I have. But no, I have not. But I do think I briefly mentioned it. Anyways, long story short, let's get back into the case. So if you couldn't have tell from from the introduction, we're going to Canada.
You said Medicine Hat?
Medicine Hat, to be specific.
That's crazy.
Medicine Hat,
Medicine
Alberta,
Hat.
Canada. Going back to the little boy. The little boy who discovered the crime scene goes on to tell his mom about what he had just seen, and she goes and looks for herself. Maybe this was just her kid imagining something that really wasn't there, so she wanted to make sure that everything was okay. When she goes and looks where he tells her to look, she is shocked and calls the cops immediately. When police arrive at the scene, they discover the bodies of 42-year-old Jean-Marc Richardson and his wife, 48-year-old Deborah, in the basement. Mark had received 24 stab wounds, and Deborah had received 12 stab wounds. Police then check upstairs of the home where they discover the body of 8-year-old Tyler. Tyler's throat was slit and had received several stab wounds both on his head and torso.
Sorry.
No, go for it.
That was just a reaction.
Yeah, it is quite a gruesome scene. When police finished inspecting the house, something had caught their eye. Family photos depicted that the family was a family of 4 and not of 3. The couple had a 12-year-old daughter that was missing. Her room was undisturbed and showed no signs of a struggle. The family's vehicle was still in the driveway, meaning that the culprit or culprits had their own way of transportation. The family's body were cold, meaning that they were killed on the previous night, since neighbors saw them the day before. Who could have done something so horrific to this family? And why them? And where is 12-year-old Jasmine Richardson? These were the questions that needed answers. So police gave a statement to the media, asking for the public's help to find Jasmine, fearing that she had been abducted, but not disclosing anything else. A full-on investigation had started, and police wanted to speak to anyone who might have had bad blood with the family. But they couldn't find anybody like this. They couldn't find anybody who was in bad terms with the family. In fact, this family was very loving, close with each other, and held no grudges with people. Well, that is, except for one individual. Can y'all guess who that individual is?
The daughter.
Correct.
You know, I have to say, this is how you could tell I watch a lot of scary movies or a lot of horror movies. I immediately thought of the movie Sinister.
Oh, okay.
Everybody's looking for, like, oh my God, where'd she go? Who took her? You know, like, no, the daughter did.
You're like, oh my gosh, this poor little girl, what happened to her? Which, I mean, to be fair, there are some cases where, the kid is actually abducted.
It is. Yeah,
Um,
they are, but I just immediately thought the
yeah,
movie because I
with
watched too much.
with Amadi saying this and me just saying Jasmine right now, I'm immediately ripping off the band-aid because we already know who the culprit could be. The following day, police had changed their statement. It changed from the police pleading for help of Jasmine's abduction to them wanting to find the person of interest in the case. People who saw the news and saw this read between the lines and they could immediately conclude that Jasmine had become the prime suspect behind her family's murder. But because of Canadian law, this change in tone meant that the media could no longer refer to her by her name, and she was then referred to as JR. The public is in disbelief. What reason would this 12-year-old have to kill her entire family? Well, let's find out.
You know what?
Jess,
I'm sorry. I have to get in here real quick. That is crazy to even have that thought that a 12-year-old can kill a whole family. Three people. A child, okay. Somebody younger than her, okay, that I get it. But two grown adults,
yeah,
a 12-year-old. Come
a
on.
12-year-old little girl.
Well, you know what? Maybe in a way I understand it because I'm the height of a 12-year-old. So maybe, I guess. But overtaking two grown adults, that's crazy.
Let's get into it. Let's get into the full on details on what led this 12-year-old commit something so horrific. Jasmine Richardson was an honor roll student at the Catholic school that she went to. She was said to be intelligent but shy and keep a close group of friends. She was described as a good girl that was the product of a loving family. See, when I first heard about all that, I was in disbelief too. I'm like, okay, Catholic schoolgirl, very smart, very kind and loving, goes to full on murder rampage. But let's continue. But like most children, Jasmine started a change in her preteen years, spending time on MySpace and wanting to dress and look mature. However, she has started to change again. Jasmine now liked darker eye makeup with black torn clothing, fishnets, and silver spiked accessories. Her taste in music went from mainstream pop to heavy metal. She considered herself goth and had begun signing up for gothic websites online.
You said MySpace. What year did you say this happened?
So right now I'm covering 2005.
MySpace was still in 2005?
Yes.
Okay.
I remember signing up. This might like give you guys an idea of how old I am. But I remember signing up for my MySpace because I did have one back in 2011. I believe 2010, 2011.
Signing up for
Signing
MySpace?
up because that's the age where I could actually get a laptop and actually get access to online because I was in high school.
You mean like that's when you joined Facebook?
No, MySpace.
I'm definitely not going to say when I joined MySpace then because shit. I was
But
super aged
but
myself.
I remember when I
Oh
first
God.
signed up, it was just like a short term thing because immediately it was just like dead. I think it was dead like a few months after I signed up.
I
It
thought
died.
MySpace died like 2004 or something.
No. I clearly remember when I was in high school, some people still had their MySpaces. However, it clearly died a few months into my high school years that people started eventually signing up for other social media platforms, such as like Facebook, Instagram,
Twitter.
and then Vine at some point became really popular. The now defunct Vine, if y'all remember that app.
I never did it. I never joined it, so I don't know. I thought that was just videos. People can post and
It was
talk or
honestly, I never signed up for it either. I didn't even have a TikTok until like recently, and I thought it was just like TikTok. I don't
I
know.
th- I thought that's what it used. I thought Vine was TikTok. No,
No,
wait, was it Musically? Was Musically? It used to be Musically, and then it was TikTok.
I have no clue. I can barely keep up with the
I think they all
few
stemmed from
accounts that I
Vine.
have. But yes, Jasmine started considering herself more gothic. She liked the gothic culture and wanted to immerse herself into that.
It's not a phase.
Yeah, I mean, she went from MySpace to a website called Vampire Freaks and signed up under the username Runaway Devil, where she claimed to be 15, even though she was 11 at the time, and described herself as a Wiccan. She would spend hours chatting with strangers on various chat sites rather than spending time with her friends or family. Her clothes started to become more provocative, and she developed more of a mood. Her parents now found themselves trying to discipline her more than ever. The mood thing, I want to go back to that because that's something that when I was doing my research for this case, a lot of people kept saying, "Oh, she started signing up for these online sites and her mood started to change." She's 11. She's going to turn 12 soon. I I remember that at that age, most kids their moods start to change because they're growing up. They're
Puberty,
hitting
yeah.
puberty. Yeah.
Hormones, they all change.
Kids change at
This
that
that's
age.
at that age. That's when they
Yes.
start figuring out what
Yes.
they like and who they want to be and
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's my 2 cents on it, but yeah, anyways. In early 2006, Jasmine had begged her parents to allow her to go to a local punk rock concert, to which they did. Here, she would go on to meet 23-year-old Jeremy Stinky. Now, I do also want to talk about that too, because on some of the articles that I read, people would comment, why would you let your kid go to that? My 2 cents. This is me speaking. I don't have kids, so take everything that I say with a grain of salt. They wanted to give her some type of freedom. They didn't want to control her completely. Because I feel like how I see it is if you don't let your kid have full on freedom, not full on freedom, but some type of
Some,
freedom,
yeah.
they will rebel even more. And I feel like if they would have said no to her going to this concert, she would have gone regardless. I think that she would have found a way to maybe go or maybe even rebel even more than what she's already rebelling.
Okay, true. I understand that. I'm also stuck on the part that you say she's 11 and she was dressing provocative. What do
Yes.
you mean?
So more
What the heck is
chest,
provocative for an 11-year-old?
shorter, like trousers, pants, not trousers because
I
they're
like that you
short. So
said trousers.
shorts, shorter shorts, skirts, dresses, things that are more tightly fitted.
Hell no. Why are the parents even buying her that kind of stuff?
She's ripping up her clothing.
Oh, she's ripping. Oh, okay. At first, I thought like they were buying it for her. I was like, no. Why
No.
are they doing this? They're
Yeah.
contributing to it. Okay, I get it. All right.
Dude, I remember when I was in high school. Now we're just talking about me in high school at this point. We would rip up our jeans in high school. So I remember at one point that was pretty popular. You rip up your clothing.
I had flares and they were so long because I'm short that they would have rips at the bottom. I never ripped my clothes.
No comment.
The second time me admitting I'm really short. So.
So Jeremy was into the goth and punk scene just like Jasmine. They began chatting, and he soon asked her to be his girlfriend, despite the 11-year age gap.
Nasty.
Jasmine was completely infatuated with Jeremy, so she said yes. I agree. Disgusting. So let's talk about Jeremy Stanky. So, Jeremy Stanky was a high school dropout and lived in a trailer. He was raised by an alcoholic mother who had various men come into her life. Many of those men would, in turn, abuse Jeremy as a child. He was bullied severely in school and had developed a learning disability. By the age of 13, he was diagnosed with depression and hyperactivity. He was still a teen when he tried to hang himself for the first time. Before meeting Jasmine, he had developed a persona, claiming to be a 300-year-old werewolf who was immortal and craved blood. He wore a vial of what he claimed to be blood around his neck and completed his look with black torn clothing and dark eye makeup.
You described a vampire, not a werewolf.
My thoughts exactly, but I'm reading from what he described himself as. I don't think he knew what a werewolf was.
I don't think, no, he's got his folklores all mixed up.
Yeah, definitely not a fan of Twilight.
I'm sorry, did you say you're not a fan of Twilight?
He definitely wasn't a fan of Twilight.
I was about to say, because, yes, you are.
No, he clearly has never read Twilight or seen the movies, but oh wait, those came out much, much later. But yeah, anyways, y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't think, well, I don't even know, like, we're not going to get into werewolves. We're not. Let's move on. Jasmine was impressed by him, and she wanted to be mature. Being with Jeremy gave her that feeling. However, she knew her parents would disapprove, so she kept their relationship a secret. And this made it even more alluring to her, doing things behind her parents' back.
They met on MySpace.
No, they met at the concert. And
Oh,
then
at the
and they kept in touch on Vampire Freaks.
Sorry, I don't even know what to say. I'm spacing out right now because what the... You can tell when somebody looks young, especially like an 11-year-old. You can tell when somebody looks like a child.
No, 100% agree.
This guy is so disgusting.
100% agree. 100%. No argument about it. The two used the Vampire Freaks site to talk. Jeremy's account was listed under the username Soul Eater, and his interests were kinky fetishes and self-mutilation. They were able to keep their secret for a few weeks, not telling anyone aside from a select group of friends. However, her parents began monitoring her computer use and decided to take away her computer privileges. This happened when they realized all the amount that she was spending on the computer and not doing anything else. They looked through her history and discovered her chat box. They asked who Soul Eater was, to which she came clean and told them about Jeremy and her relationship. Her parents, with good reason, were horrified and forbade her from ever speaking to Jeremy ever again. They also had had enough at this point and decided to sign up for family counseling in hopes of persuading Jasmine that nothing good would ever come to her dating a 23-year-old who believed he was an immortal 300-year-old werewolf that craved blood.
Did the parents know already at the time if she was actually seeing him in person, or was it just online?
She admitted everything. So she admitted that she had met him, had seen him. They were talking online, that they were in this full committed relationship.
But did she only see him once?
No, she kept seeing him after that.
Okay, so then, knowing how old he is, how come the parents didn't go to the police and they have all the chats and everything?
That's a good question. But they did not. And you're right. That is questionable.
I don't know. That they should have, I don't know. They should have gone to the police. They have all the chat history. They know he's 23.
Maybe it's
Their
because of the
daughter's
time.
11.
Maybe because of the time.
You said 2006?
2006, correct.
That wasn't the... Okay, it is a long ago. Shoot.
It was.
Damn, it's 19 years ago?
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I can think of is because of the time.
That's not that long ago, though.
Keep in mind, this is the time where cell phones weren't a thing. That's why they were
Yes, they were.
No, they were not. Not to just anybody, because these people were using computers to communicate with each other still.
Because During that time, they already had was it the Razor that flip Motorola?
Oh, those things?
That's a cell phone.
Dude, I completely forgot about that. Dude,
See, they had cell phones back
Amadi
then.
and I were about to go on full-on debate about cell phones right now, too.
See, they did. There was texting. I don't think there was social media on it,
No.
but there was texting.
Yeah. I think you're thinking too advanced. That's later on. Because I don't think the first iPhone came out until like 2008, 2009.
Is that when they? That's not when they started having internet on the phone.
That's when they started having. Well, I'm thinking of smartphones. I don't know about the old phones. I'm gonna come. I've never had one of those like razor, bug, flip, whatever's.
I never did either, but my mom did.
My first phone was an actual smartphone, so
I'm
I
not
don't
going to say what phone was my first one.
know. Anyways, after a few sessions, Jasmine seemed like she was returning to her old self and had promised her parents to never chat with men online, to which they gave her her computer privileges back. Days after this, they would end up dead. One of the last messages that Jasmine had sent to Jeremy read, I have a plan. It begins with me killing them and ends with me living with you. End quote. After she was cut off from talking to him, he did respond back with a message that read, in quotes, I miss you more than killing people. Can we get together and kill people together? Then he went on to post, their throats I want to slit. They will regret the shit they've done, especially when I see to it that they are gone. They'll pay for their insolence. Finally, they shall be silenced. There will be payment. End quote.
Okay, so I know he was already a part of that website. I forgot the name of it already.
Vampire Freaks.
Vampire Freaks. He's a fucking werewolf. Why is he in a vampire site? Never mind. Okay. Anyways, so did he already talk to her or post on there that he's killed people before? Because why is she just randomly all of a sudden wants to like kill them?
They've discussed about death, but at this point, they haven't discussed about full on killing people.
Okay, because I understand the whole like I'm goth now, but that doesn't mean you want to kill people.
No,
Goth does
100%.
not
Yeah.
mean killing.
Yes. Let's get that clear and out of the way.
Yes.
I agree. Yes. There was just something not right with these two.
There isn't. Yeah. No, yeah. Especially, how long was it that she couldn't talk to him?
Oh, that the computer privileges were removed? Oh, for a few months.
Sorry. This guy is just. I'm going to call him very pathetic because few months of not talking to a little 11-year-old and you're still like pining over her. You're 23. Look for somebody older.
Agreed.
Like,
Agreed. However, soon when she got her computer privileges back, she started planning her family's murder and what the pair would do after. She started to tell a few friends about her plan who all thought she was joking. Before the killings, Jeremy had watched a movie, Natural Born Killers, and it gave him motivation. Basically, the movie is, I guess, loosely based on real-life killers Charles Starkweather and Caroline Figgett, a couple who went on a murder spree and I guess killed 9 people. If y'all want us to cover that, we will, because I didn't know that.
I don't even know these people's names.
Have you seen the movie?
Oh, God. I think really long time ago. I don't remember it.
I don't think I've seen this movie, but yeah, let us know.
The last name's Starkweather, though. That's pretty cool.
Yes. So before the killings, Jeremy decided to get drunk and then put on a neoprene mask. Jasmine was going to let him into the house and then she was going to take him down to the basement, which she did.
Quickly, what's a neoprene mask?
Neoprene, like the bathing suit materials?
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
Yeah, no, not bathing suit. Excuse me. Neoprene is scuba diving material.
That's what I was thinking of, and then I just started thinking. I'm sorry, my mind goes. My mind goes places. I was thinking of like a gimp suit, the mask,
A what mask?
a gimp suit.
I've never seen that.
I'll show you later.
Okay.
If you guys know, you guys know.
If you guys know, you guys know, and leave a mask in the comments, I guess. Deborah woke up to the noise and went down to investigate. That's when Jeremy began repeatedly stabbing her. She began to scream and fight back, and this is when Mark rushed down. Mark used a screwdriver to defend himself and protect his wife, but Jeremy began stabbing him. He stabbed him a total of 24 times until he died. Meanwhile, Jasmine was upstairs stabbing her little brother. When police interrogated her, she did state that her little brother started crying and asked her not to kill him, to which she did not care.
So sad.
Once her parents were dead, he went upstairs to find Jasmine. However, he realized that Tyler was still alive, so Jeremy went over and slit his throat. When cops asked why she stabbed her little brother, she had explained that she did not want him to grow up an orphan.
What a bitch. Are you serious? That was her excuse?
That was her reasoning.
Her reason? Oh my God. Sorry, that's sad. That's That's a little kid. That's her little brother. That's her family. That's
And
sad.
she full on admitted that he tried to fight back, but again, it's a little 8-year-old, so. After the killings, Jeremy went home to clean up, and Jasmine started getting ready to meet him at a restaurant. Once there, they decided to go to a party with high spirits because they had managed to eliminate her family. When police were looking for her, they had found drawings depicting her family's deaths. And that's when some friends had explained that they had seen Jasmine and Jeremy together, as if nothing had happened. Police immediately went over to arrest them. When they were interrogated, they did turn on each other on whose idea it was to kill her family. Despite all of that, however, they would continue to send love notes to each other and boast about what they did, claiming that they were now celebrities.
They were sending letters to each other while in prison?
While behind bars, yes.
Did they both know what each other did?
Yes.
Oh, they...
Yes.
So stupid. Okay.
Yes.
Dumb people.
I mean, she's a kid. She
That's
doesn't
true.
know. Him, I have no words. Jasmine was found guilty and sentenced to 10 years. Under Canada's Youth Criminal Justice Act, no individual under the age of 14 can be sentenced to more than 10 years, since the goal is to rehabilitate them.
Do they not know there's some people who cannot be rehabilitated no matter how many years are in there? Some cannot.
This is a law that is still up for debate. So I'm pretty sure some people know this and are arguing it.
Okay. Okay, go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
Yes. I share the same emotions. Jeremy, in turn, received 3 consecutive life sentences and will not be eligible for parole until 2033. He would go on to change his name to Jackson May. Why that name? I have no clue.
Is there a vampire with that name who looks like a werewolf?
And not with the vampires, Amadi. He's a werewolf.
Sorry.
One of Jeremy's friends, Casey Lancaster, was also charged and sentenced for helping Jeremy drive away after the killings and disposing of evidence, aka the knife that was used.
Did Jeremy not have a car?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, and they wanted to run away together, huh?
Wow. So he couldn't drive, but he lived by himself?
He lived with his mom.
Oh, he lived with his mom. Did he have a job?
I didn't read anything that stated that he did or did not, so no, I don't know.
He was 2,000-year-old werewolf. It's fine. He doesn't need anything.
300-year-old
Sorry,
werewolf.
3.
Yes.
He's
Don't
a youngin'.
forget. So, Jasmine Richardson is the youngest convicted killer for multiple people in Canada's history. She is now a free woman and has a new identity, but her new name cannot be disclosed due to her age at the time of the killings. She has never expressed remorse for the killings and has never apologized.
Even after she's all grown up, she still never did.
Even after it.
Okay, so does that make sense to the court system? She has never regretted it. She's never apologized, but they think she's rehabilitated. She's fine now.
Again, there are many things that, yes, do not make sense. This
I don't
is one
hate
of those
you,
laws.
Canada. It's just I don't understand that.
That's a one strange law. Yes, I do 100% agree with you. I don't get it. This person can be anywhere. They can you can literally be married to this person and not even know it. And they can be a full-on monster. And that is fucking crazy. And yes, this law is still enacted.
Still?
Yes.
That makes no sense because they should look back at this case like, hey, she still does not care. That does not mean she's been freaking fixed or whatever they want to call it. That is.
It's a tough one because she was a kid when she did it. However, I mean, it means, or there has to be something really evil in you to not be remorseful at all about your family's murder and you killing your 8-year-old little brother.
Yeah, she did that one by hand.
By hand. Yes, so that was the case of 12-year-old Jasmine Richardson, who, again, is a free woman and could be anywhere. She can be your wife, your girlfriend, or your babysitter. So think about that.
Ew, don't say that. I don't like that.
She could even be your neighbor. She could be your best friend.
That's crazy. I don't like that. It's just, no, I'm still pretty pissed off that she still has no remorse.
That was pretty sick.
You killed your little brother who was a child. You're an adult now. If you have a family and you're married with kids, I wonder if she thinks about it every once in a while. Like, let's say she has a little boy. Like, oh, you were like the same age my brother was when he died. Like, she doesn't think of that. Like, I want to know.
That's fucking crazy. Imagine if she is a woman with children. And like you said, what if she has a little boy? And the little boy has a striking resemblance to her dead brother. That's fucking crazy.
Oh, that one hurts. I feel that one. That hurts. Oh.
That's insane.
Especially looking like oh, that's sad.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy. But I was going to say, go for it.
Let's say she has a new name. She's been reborn. So she's a vampire now.
I mean, she is a vampire. I guess he's now a mix vampire and werewolf with the new name.
He's a hybrid.
I have.
Sorry, this case is sad, but they're stupid. Oh, they piss me off. They're stupid.
No, he is stupid. He pisses me off. She does too, but in a different way. Like, she full on is evil. He is too, but 300-year-old werewolf to impress a kid. It kind of leaves something like gross tickling in my stomach, and it's just nasty. Yes, that was the case of Jasmine Richardson. A pretty brutal one. I realized that we were doing a lot of cases where the guardian or the parent is the killer. So I decided to mix it up a bit and cover a case where the kid is the monster in the case.
Yeah, we haven't talked about kid killers. Since the beginning.
That one Brazilian girl.
Brazilian.
The Brazilian girl who killed her family on Halloween night.
Oh, I thought she was a teenager. Wasn't she like
Oh,
18?
yeah, I guess you're right. She was more of a teenager.
I talked about Britain's most prolific killer.
Oh, Mary Bell.
Yes. Is it Mary Bell?
Mary Bell. Yes, that one is quite infamous.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think those are the only ones, right?
yeah, a quick refresh on Mary Bell. She also received a new identity that cannot be disclosed, and same with that one. She could be your wife.
She did. She got married.
Yeah, she could
had
be
a child.
Yeah,
But they said when she was growing up, she felt bad. She felt bad for what she did, but hers was a little different.
hers is a little different because her mother is a fucking bitch.
Yes, she grew up in horrible conditions where her mom was making her do things, which that was one of those cases that made me talk about, is it nurture or is it nature?
Did we ever post that episode? I don't think we did.
Did we not?
Dang. Okay, do you guys want us to talk about Mary Bell? Because I don't think we posted that episode. Let me check real quick. No, we have not.
We never posted it.
So we have not posted the episode on Mary Bell. But yeah, we'll stop talking there. And I think Amadi is going to present us Mary Bell and the infamous case behind that. Because that is also freaking crazy. But yeah, there are a few evil children that come to mind, actually. And yes, maybe I should have titled that nature or nurture or whatever.
Yeah, because that was my whole point. That was my whole point.
Are
of
you born
Mary
evil?
Bell.
In this case, for me, it's more is it nature? I feel like he influenced her. Come on, you're an old ass guy who's talking or amping up this girl to go on and kill her family.
I thought you said that she was the one who brought it up after months of not talking.
But she did, but you're an adult. You could have said, hey, maybe you should not think that way.
Or maybe he couldn't have
Talked to her.
Approached her
Exactly,
at all.
exactly. Yes. It's difficult. I don't know.
It's not. He shouldn't have talked to her.
No, I agree there.
Even if he thought she was 15, he shouldn't have even talked to her.
But do you feel like if their paths would have never crossed, would she have still done this?
Me, personally, I believe she still would have. Because she had the gall to stab her brother, to kill her little brother. She killed a little boy.
That is pretty heartless. Yes.
I think she would have. Maybe it would have taken her maybe a little bit longer, couple years.
Couple years down the road.
After her being more and more pissed off about her parents taking away things or whatever, happens in her life.
Yeah, so becoming a little bit more rebellious. Yeah. It would have eventually led to something. So yeah, maybe this girl was just born full evil, which is strange. Going from a good Catholic student to this.
It makes you think about hormones. Like, how much does it actually mess with people?
Oh, I have no clue. That's crazy.
And I have to apologize about my voice since December. I don't know. This is my new voice now, for now.
Please excuse Amadi, you guys. She is just not feeling it these last few months.
I'm fine. It's just my voice.
Her voice has not been feeling it.
No, it has not.
I mean, I think it sounds soothing, but I mean, come on. What can you do?
Thank you. You're crazy, but thank you.
But please drop us a comment. Let us know what you think, actually. Do you think that if her and Jeremy's paths would have never crossed, would she have gone on to become the monster that she became? Or was it just him influencing her and which led her to commit something so horrific? Let us know what you think. Nature or nurture? And with that, please remember to follow us on our social media accounts. Please subscribe if you like and leave us a comment. We want to hear your opinions, people. And yes, Yes. And with that, remember to be well
Be safe.
and see you next time. Bye.
Bye.